What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It is the Grown Man Clique, and we are back. What's up, everybody? Your boy J Adam as Creator is here, and we are giving our crowd the roar. Yeah. And over here to my left, where he always be, he is always there, my boy.
What up?
And to my right, the man, the myth, the legend.
So your boy Wishy Rich is in the motherfucking building.
And right beside us, just put a screen on pause when I'm getting ready to introduce him. He disappeared like Santa Claus. We have our boy.
Van Gogh.
And of course, we have John. What's up, John?
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
And on his sabbatical right now from the Sophisticated Grizzly podcast, waiting to come back with a vengeance. We can't wait, but he's here on the Grown Man Clique podcast, the one, the only, the legend,
Mr. Diaz Teddy.
and we are Grown Man Clique podcast. So tonight we're going to start the show off the way we normally do. We're going to toast to a great show. I think we've got a great topic, and we've got the whole clan here. So let's lift them up in the sky, wave them from side to side to a good show. And as we always say, clink, clink, drink, drink.
Drink.
So let's go around the round robin right quick. Make it real quick tonight and see what everybody's been doing. We had a week off last week. We wanted to celebrate the holidays, put our feet up for a change. You know, last year I think we had the cookout on the roof. So, this time we just decided that, let's just spend some time with our family. So Van, what did you do since the last time you've been on these podcast streets?
Been doing quite a little bit of work. Went to a lady's house, did probably 8 hours worth of work there. She booked me again for next week. Two of the places, actually 3 of the facilities that I've got the maintenance contract for, they needed work in there. My brother's friend is redoing his house to sell it. So I've been doing work in there. Trying to prepare for winter. Starting to make hats and scarves finally. Like I was saying backstage, winter's coming. So, the scarves and hats and all that stuff, I'm going to start. So if anybody wants any of those, you know where to hit me up. Got my FCC license renewed for GMRS radio. So that was good. If anybody doesn't know what that is, I can hit y'all up offline and tell you about it because it's very, very deep. But basically, if cell phones go out, you can have backup radio communications that goes just as far, if not farther, than your cell phones. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Ooh, whoa. Hold on. Okay. All right, Mr. Grizz.
There we go.
I am just messing up tonight. I don't know why. I guess because we had a week off. I forgot where the buttons were. All right, here we go. Grizz, what you been up to, man? I know you're getting ready for the new show.
Oh yeah, man. Just putting some really dope shows together. Just collaborating with a couple of people, getting ready to do a couple of more fragrance videos. Of course, and as it stands right now, we are at 972 subscribers. We are 28 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. So
wow,
happy about that. Very, very close to it. And we're going to get over that threshold. I got a couple more videos I'm going to put up, getting ready for the Corvette car show event that's coming up this weekend. So I've been busy. I've been doing a lot, man. So
all right. We still need you to come in because we need our next Grown Man Talk done.
this is true.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
John, what you been up to? I'm not putting that weird looking ass cat up on solo. So what you been up to?
Thank God. Thank God.
Just because you said that, there we go.
Wop, wop, wop.
All right, what you been up to,
Ain't that
John?
fucking dope? That's dope as fuck. Anyhow, nah, just working.
Yeah, I'll mix
Try to
with
get some fishing in this weekend and trying to line up some photo shoots for the next month or so.
Cool.
So
That was quick and easy. All right. So, Scott T. Scott, what you been up to, man?
A little bit of work, a little bit of shooting. Shout out to my brother and my father. Both had birthdays this week. Happy birthday to my grandmother. Yeah, been all over the world and back, meaning Philly, Jersey, New York, you know. So that's pretty much.
Cool. Mr. Knees, the
Oh,
Slut Gang CEO.
man.
What you been up to, man? What you been shooting? What you been doing? What you been into?
Shit, let me talk to y'all real quick. First of all, I don't even feel right telling y'all I'm the youngest nigga on the podcast no more because somehow I woke up and I tore a ligament in my shoulder. I don't know how the fuck I did it. I don't know how I did it. But my shit been in pain for the longest time, and these painkillers ain't doing shit.
You do
for
realize
me.
when you wake up and hurt yourself, you're officially old.
Yeah, it's getting a rap. It's getting a rap.
When you sprain your eyeball from opening your eyes.
Right. This shit is crazy because like I was explaining to Jay, it's like
Mm.
from my back shoulder blade and it comes all the way down to my wrist. I'm like, shit, this sound like arthritis and shit.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
No,
you get your rotator cuff checked out. Make sure it's not a tear.
I went to a urgent care and they did absolutely shit.
Nothing.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't go to an urgent care for that
Absolutely
bullshit.
shit.
That $30 is
Well,
gone.
no, they took your money.
Yeah, they gave me some fucking painkillers that's not doing a goddamn thing.
Because
So,
they can't prescribe like what is it
Narcotic.
narcotics like that. So
Yep.
everybody's
Yeah,
scared. of
thank you. Let's thank all the junkies that went to urgent care clinics trying to cop drugs.
yeah, it's
Shout out.
Thanks.
it's been a rough weekend, and not to mention that I had fucking weddings to do this weekend,
Yeah.
and that shit beautiful, but shit hurts like hell. Like god damn,
Hey,
I got back into my editing bag.
Okay.
I had to stop listening to Jerry. I ain't gonna lie. Jerry's good as what he do, but you hang around Jerry long enough, you be like, nah, you get the perfect shot. You don't need editing. So you start striving for that shit. You be like, God damn, I forgot what brought me to the game. I forgot what brought me to the game. I had to get back to being fun again and shit. Like,
Hey, Rich, I got a suggestion that might actually help.
what's up?
Get a tens machine.
Oh yeah.
A what?
The
It's
tens
a
machine.
electronic
Bang,
pulse
did
machine.
when I was
What the
having
fuck is
problems with my back.
Yeah,
You can
it's
go
like
to
an
Kmart,
electronic
and
pulse
Walmart
machine.
and get them. They got them at Walmart.
A tens?
Tens
Yeah.
machine.
TNS.
Yeah.
It just sends a little electro pulse into your sore muscles.
Into the bad area.
Or
Hey, Grizz, I'll be talking with you about stealing your colognes, man. If you want me to get the electric chair, like, come
I
on,
mean,
man.
it'll stop the damn pain quickly. I tell you that much. But no, honestly, when you put it on the affected area, and it might be a problem of circulation as well. So whatever's going on, it might be a problem with circulation. So that'll at least increase the circulation and may take down some of the pain. Trust me. I've been played football and been a professional wrestler for like 6 seconds, long enough to know how to at least do shit to fix broken stuff.
Man, listen, I need
or I've got a suggestion as well. Are you ready for this?
The ER, John.
Hey, baby. I saw your comment. We were trying to get it up. How you doing, baby?
Miss Sheila.
Yeah.
So there's this cream. It's called Avexia. It's got CBD and THC in it. Man, that shit actually works really good on pain.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll send you the information tomorrow for your DM. It's worth checking out.
had to look into that my damn self.
Yeah.
Stuff that works out better than all that because everybody knows my system rejects all of that other stuff. If you really want to get rid of any kind of pain you got, there's like this. It's a cream that's actually made from cobra venom called Cobroxin.
Oh yeah. Let's just dose him with cobra poison. Yeah, that'll take care of everything, won't it?
Cobroxin.
Hey, JB, you may have to change the podcast to OFTP, old fuckers talking pain.
God damn.
But you know what? Hey, Grizz,
What's up?
we're with our old age. It's like we're like certified pharmacists by now.
But
Yeah.
we got the wisdom.
Yeah, but
But
Cobroxin.
besides that though, but besides the pain though, like I've been just chilling, trying to work. Shout out to Jay. He let me use one of his cameras this weekend. Appreciate that. I want to give a big shout out to Marlo.
Gotta check my settings.
You good?
I'm joking.
You
I'm
good.
joking.
I gotta give a big shout out to Marlo. She came through to help me out, let a little load off. I appreciate you, big sis. Or auntie, I don't know what it is called.
Yeah.
But you know, I kid. I love. But yeah, that's really what I've been dealing with, like pain, physical pain.
Yeah.
And some
Working.
mental pain.
Yeah, definitely mental
we
pain.
all be hearing about our everybody's. That's why this show is so important tonight.
Right.
I guess that leaves me. Well, since I've last been on the podcast, I was diagnosed with bronchitis. And I had a prescription for that and got that taken care of. Here I am thinking I just had my regular allergies, and then turn around and Sheila has allergic infection. From just the change of the weather. But mine was bronchitis, and I was like, how did I get bronchitis? So, well, I'm not even going to dwell on that. So after that, I been working the gig that I've been working on with my boy Brian.
Yep.
And it's been going good. Shout out to the people that I've met and worked with. And I also feel, and I don't know if y'all remember Rachel. Rachel was one of the teachers at Baltimore Dance Tech. And beautiful young lady. I ran into her today she actually teaches at we'll talk later.
Okay.
But Rachel teaches at one of the locations that I went to, and she walked up to me and she crossed out. I was like, Mr. Jerry. I'm like, hey, what's up, girl? So it was nice seeing her. Big shout out to her. I had 2 amazing shoots. I had my first spooky shoot. As you know, it's going into the spooky season. And I had the beautiful oh my gosh, Katie and Rio here on Friday. And on Saturday, I did a regular out of grand shoot for Holly Lamaster out of PA. She's been coming down here, gracing us with her presence, and that's been great. The holidays I spent with my brothers and sisters over my brother Mac's house. Mac, thank you so much for a great time. If you don't know, my brother Mac is Coach Mac Allison, and he has Time to Grind Boxing. My sister-in-law, got to give a big shout out to Marie. Marie, Adhead Chicken Chicken is officially on the road. Her food truck is up and doing it. She has a signature product called a crab cake waffle. Let me tell you, she been selling out of them bitches. I can't eat them. I'm allergic, but from what I heard, and then it has Old Bay drizzle syrup.
What?
It sounds like something a fat man from Baltimore would want to eat. It sounds like a good meal. I mean, I really think it sounds amazing.
We need
But
to come talk about it.
yeah, but she's been crushing it. So it's a big shout out to her. I mean, and can we give another big shout out to our boy Malik Titus from Time to Ground Boxing? He had a 2nd round TKO just last night. So I mean, he's out there representing Baltimore. He was down in Virginia and he had a 2nd round knockout. And I'm gonna give one more shout out to the well, I'm gonna give two more shout outs. I gotta give a shout out to Ponytail Promotions. Ponytail Promotions is celebrating their 10th year of putting on professional boxing fights in Baltimore City, and he has another one coming up this month. And of course, my nephew fights for or is signed to Ponytail Promotions. So big shout out to Quad, Mac, Poppy, Allison. And my second shout out is to the wonderful people that I've been working with on this is our second edition of Be More Flawless magazine with my boy Tater Man and his crew. I'm telling you, this one is going to blow it out the water. We've got some of the regulars that come and visit us here at Mass Creations, as well as some new people. And just to drop some names, because I've been meeting some people. Like I've met Big Coochie. Big Coochie is actually on 2 television shows. Let's shout out the Pressure Network. She's on the Pressure Network, and she's on 2 television shows now. He's one of the baddies of Be More. I met Savage, who's a bit baddie of Be More. I met Anonymous, who's a baddie of Be More. So I mean, it's just like a lot of local celebs been coming through. It's been great energy coming through the studio. We're doing a lot of great work, and it just feels so good to start seeing the fruit of the labors, because this has been a grind, and now it's actually starting to show some signs of growth. And we went from the bud, and now we have the stem, and now we're getting the bloom, and it's starting to open. And I'm really feeling good about where Mass Creations is going. And I mean, I got a great crew of people around me. Scott, he jumped in last night. We was moving rugs last night and putting the studio back together. I mean, Rich comes through, and even when he doesn't even work, he comes through and asks me if I have anything that he needs me to do. And when Van was here, he set up a new Linux computer for us. So we're going to try to incorporate that into the podcast. So, I mean, just a great group of people working around me, and we've been having
about our friendly white face.
John. Oh, John dropped through too. John dropped through the other day, and then the other morning, and John. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm gonna tell you that morning when I saw you, I was having a bad morning. And you shouting across the street from going to get your gas and just saying hi to me. I was like, that's my boy John. And it made me feel a little bit better because I was having one of those mornings. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. This magazine has been kicking my ass lately. Because if you know anything about me, I'm a perfectionist. And I want shit to look a certain way. And although I've got the creative license, I still want to bring the vision of the person who's actually fronting the bill for it to life. And he's been incredible to work with. But because I want him, because he's been so good to work with, I want to make sure that this lives up to expectation. So it's been a grind, but I'm just so happy that I had people like you, and Scott will call me up in any time. What you doing, bro? How you feeling? And that goes into the show, and we'll talk more about that later. But it's just been great to have this energy, and everybody seems like the energy is shifting. And we'll go into that later when we talk about the rest of the show. But we got our favorite subject or segment of the show coming up, and let's get to it. Flowers or powder for you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Flowers and Powder. And if you are new to the show, if you have never seen the show, if you do not know what Flowers and Powders is all about, we're going to go down to Columbia and make a right in Owen Brown, and we're going to go right to the building where our boy in his new spanking office, Van Gogh, is, and he's going to let you know how Flowers and Powders goes. So take it away.
So, Flowers and Powder is the segment of the show that we do every week where if somebody's done something absolutely amazing for you, you can virtually give them flowers, tell them thank you, all that good stuff. Well, if you've got that one cop that's in a neighborhood that's doing 24 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone and dares you to go around him, yeah, go ahead and kind of dust him hands off and smack the crap out of him. There's no need for all that. There's no need. There's just no need for stupidity. It's like make it make sense.
All
And make
right.
sure you let these people know that that's figuratively, not literally. Because if they smack that cop, their ass is going to jail.
So I want to go first on flowers and powder because from what I've heard, I think this has to be addressed because I don't know if y'all know this, but how can you be on your way to work and you have a minor traffic infraction and you end up in handcuffs? And then someone who knows you, who is also very reputable, just steps out their car just to see and make sure everything is going good. No, no real bad shit happens, and they get thrown in cuffs. I would give the biggest fucking slap to the people down in Miami who arrested Tyreek Hill right before they played on yesterday in Miami for a minor traffic infraction. What I want to do is I want to give a flower to the motherfuckers who put that guy on immediate suspension, like immediate, because there was nothing that deemed him putting this young man in handcuffs. If you know anything about Tyreek Hill, and I mean, like people who are great in football, I listen to him. He is actually trying to be the Miami's Walter Payton Man of the Year. So
Right.
he does a lot of community service. He's a really soft-spoken dude. He may, dress like the young guys that he is, and he might like give that energy that, he want to be around the young rappers and stuff like that. But he's a decent dude. There's never been anything on his record. He's never done anything that outside of the reputable, fear of being an NFL player. And he's so nice that Calais Campbell was the other player who stopped to make sure Tyreek was okay, and they threw him in handcuffs.
Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Walter
One of the
Payton
absolute
Man of the
nicest
Year.
giants on the planet.
Yeah.
So I was in a lot of pain when it came my way. So I didn't think it was real. That's a real story.
Yeah, that was a real story. If you notice, Tyreek, because he made a joke of it because they actually, when he got his touchdown, they actually had him arrested as his touchdown celebration.
Yeah. It makes sense.
And when he talked to him afterwards, he was like, I love this county. Is it Miami-Dade? Is that where he is? He's like Miami-Dade. It's not everybody. And he was very well spoken. Everybody has a bad apple in the group, and we're not gonna dwell on it. But what we want to do is be a voice for change and a voice for for information. And he turned it into a positive because that's what this young man has been doing. So, I'm giving flowers to my boy Tyreek Hill, and I'm giving and Calais Campbell, and I'm giving powder to dumbass Miami-Dade officers that tried to make a simple infraction where he could have got a ticket and just went to the game, him putting him in handcuffs just to prove he's a police officer.
When you turn this into a do you know what we call that?
What?
Magic Johnson.
Oh,
Okay. I got some flowers and a suggestion for the fellas.
Okay, here we go.
What's that?
So y'all know I don't know if y'all saw it. I just did a video with a comparison. If you know anything about Aventus, it's one of the most expensive colognes out there on the market.
Right.
They have a brand new one called Absolute Aventus. Of course, is a lot more expensive than the regular Aventus.
Yep.
So I did a comparison of a couple of clone fragrances that are supposed to capture that same essence of Absolute Aventus. Now, the fragrance that won the contest, it's about 70 to 80% accurate. But fellas, what I will tell you right now is I'm giving flowers to our moth. Because
Yeah.
whoever the hell made this is, this is called for show.
What was the name again? Because the claps were still going on.
Club de Nuit for show.
Okay. So that's about a what, $150 bottle?
No, this is $60.
Let's give him another shout out. Here we go. We gotta give him another clap. Hold on.
So $60 for this.
Even though
I'm telling you right now, if you get your hands on this, it's a game changer.
Grid, if you have a ordering place or something where I can pick that up, please send me the link.
I got it.
Oh, of course, bro. I got you.
Yeah, because I'm getting it right. People ain't even commenting on my fragrances because I smell like it all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know when you get to that point where they so used to you smelling like that, you don't get them. What are you wearing? Well, you don't have that problem, but
I do. Right now. I still got the problem because they expect me to smell good.
Because
it's when I don't wear nothing, they got an issue.
My wife hasn't even said nothing about that RSVP in a while.
Really?
She's like, "Oh, you wearing RSVP?" I'm like, "Shit."
Yeah, shit. After a while, it's like, all right, nigga, here you go with the shit again.
By the way, that was a great review, Chris.
I didn't see it yet. I've been so busy. The only thing that I've been doing is editing this magazine, and I haven't been able to do anything because you notice usually I'm one of the first people to share your videos. And
bro, look, I understand, bro. Look, you got a lot of
yeah, but I need it. I need it. So yeah.
So here's what I'll do, my brother. This is so to make sure that anybody that wants to get it is right there. Bam.
Oh God. When I was 17, it was a very good year.
So you can cut and paste it and put it in the inside of the search engine of YouTube, and it'll come right up. Yep.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, this right here, I'm giving flowers to Armoff because damn it, they did their thing with this one. They did their thing with this one. This some dangerous stuff.
My arms look big as shit. Sorry.
Hey, Rich, I can see this being a signature scent for you, bro. I'm be honest with you.
You can put it on your kneecaps.
Hey, check this out. Soon as his arm get better,
you're gonna be lifting big bitches again and throw it out.
Tell me your address.
Wow. Wait, hold on. Hey, Rich, is that how you hurt your arm?
What?
Lifting heifers?
Nah, I wish. I wish.
I wish I was a little bit tall. Oh no, that's a difference.
I wish I was a little bit stronger. I got some flowers.
Okay.
I got some flowers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go personal first.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna embarrass this person.
Okay.
All right. Because I know this person is very shy.
Okay.
But since my injury, they've been taking very good care of me.
Okay.
So I want to give them flowers. Okay. All right. I know you watching. Oh, and I appreciate everything you have done for me.
Hey, whoever you are that's watching me.
I just don't want to get kicked out. Or kicked in the nuts. Who's like, I told you.
What's up, Christy? How you doing, Christy?
But I appreciate you so much. And now I want to give flowers to my favorite bully.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
That's a look.
Kendrick Lamar.
But
okay?
My boy Jay-Z catching some slack over that choice.
Hey, Jay know what he doing.
I know, but I don't know because I don't know his performance, so I don't know how he is as a performer.
If anybody ever read The Art of War,
Sun Tzu,
he's talking about.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Exactly what he's talking about in this book. Okay. And let's not forget, the Grammys is only a week before the Super Bowl. And if y'all think this man is not going to get one for Not Like Us, and then come
it's
out.
Coming, bro. It's coming.
Wop. Shit.
Well, this is a flower, so I do have to give the chair.
Big flowers to Billy Piglet. Billy Kitty is what we call him. I love every moment of it. I love every moment of it. I love it. Even down to the commercial
Haven't
with
seen it yet.
with the
Nope.
rumors of Drake wanting around too, and he goes,
What
"You
if
only
they
get
have?
one chance for
But
the
wait a minute. What
championship."
if they have Drake come out and they do a battle on stage? Oh, see, that's a Jay-Z move right there. That shit would be fire. If they do Drake's last diss record and then he come out and do They Not Like Us, oh my gosh, that would
Well,
be.
he's the
See,
head.
I'm thinking of creatively. That would be fire.
Here's the problem: Kendrick is the headline.
Yeah, Drake.
So technically, even though Rock Nation is running it, it's still Kendrick's show.
Yeah, but what if Drake just comes out and does a song? That shit would be fire. He can.
cannot.
That would be
He
fire.
cannot.
They would be like, wait a minute, why is Drake here? He does the last diss
He cannot.
record.
The only way I will accept that if they do Not Like Us, and then they close it out with Poetic Justice. For those who knows the song,
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You know, that would.
that's the only way that
Don't
will rock.
put it past Jay-Z.
But
Don't
honestly,
put it past him.
Jay,
He's the architect.
Jay not gonna do it.
He an architect.
Jay not
so
gonna do it.
I'm saying, but that would be fire. That would be.
Business wise, it won't be fired. Business wise, it would not be fired.
We'll see. We'll see.
It would
I mean,
not
I'm
be
just
fired.
saying. I'm just saying.
So
Well,
my
yeah.
powder goes to everybody, and I understand why y'all feel a certain way. I get it. I'm a big Wheezy fan myself. I get it.
Why Wheezy didn't get the
Yeah,
Super Bowl because it's in Atlanta,
yeah.
lost at Louisiana.
Yo, get out your feelings. Okay, get out your feelings. Grizz, I don't know if you watch WrestleMania, but I watched WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, I watched it.
And when Wheezy came the fuck out for Jey Uso, I wanted this nigga to get the fuck off the stage.
Okay.
It was like, there's a reason why they did not pick this man
Okay.
to do this shit.
Right.
Okay? Like, I get it. Kendrick is the best choice. Let's just have it. Bully Kenny is gonna do it. I love it. And for those who saying, oh, he don't have hits or uplifting songs, y'all not listening to that, man. Y'all not listening to that, man. That nigga-
Who said Kendrick Lamar don't have uplifting songs?
I heard the tweet.
Oh, they done lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
I heard the tweets. Y'all tripping. Yo, this is gonna be one of the best Super Bowl
For young
halftime
people.
shows
For young people.
since I saw Janet Jackson titty.
For young people.
Because to hear him,
Because
to hear this man
but
get in front of the world
yeah.
and said, "Hey Drake, I heard you like him young." I'm done.
Oh,
I'm done.
But the whole but that's the
I
whole
love
idea.
it.
And the NFL is no dummy. They need the young people to get on board, and they want the young people to get on board because guess what?
Children
Like
are
people
our
like
future.
my son are watching soccer and they're watching Formula One racing and they're getting into international sports because I mean, how many
That's a small gap though.
But how many United Arab Emirates
the viewership-
jerseys have you
The
seen?
viewership for football and the Super Bowl is still outrageous.
But what I'm
It's
saying is that
small
young
gap.
people are still not the demographic that's watching the Super Bowl.
I disagree. I disagree. Since Rock Nation took over the halftime show,
No, they
young
watch the
people,
halftime
that's
show.
the Super Bowl. That's
To
why
them.
they watching the Super Bowl.
They not watching
They
the
watching.
Super Bowl.
Do you see the ratings for the Super Bowl?
Yes, but guess what? That
Higher.
I
It's like they on
See,
loud
but see,
servers.
this is the whole idea. This is why you got
Statistics.
you haven't been watching the statistics
Statistics.
because that's why they bought in flag football as an NFL supported property because they're
It's
trying.
always been an NFL.
No, they
supported product.
weren't. They
Yes,
weren't.
It was. It was at every All-Star game.
But it wasn't an NFL supported project like they're doing now, where it's now going to be an Olympic sport.
No, we're not talking about the Olympics. They made
But-
break dancing.
But see,
I'm not
but
speaking on the
what I'm
Olympics,
saying
though,
is
like,
that there are gearing
we talking about the
like
NFL.
X game sports going to the Olympics, being on the worldwide stage because they're trying to get the sports
Yeah.
and the energy of the younger people to be invested in these things that they don't seem that interested in because
The NFL always did that though. 100%.
well actually
Since
they
I've been
didn't.
born.
They didn't.
Since I've been born.
Yes, they've gotten better at it,
1990,
but they didn't even
always have done that.
they didn't even want black quarterbacks 10 years ago. 10
True.
years ago, they didn't want black quarterbacks.
Very true.
We're talking. Listen, we
But-
talking about two different.
No, but no,
Very
but that's part of it. It's like the changing of the guard and the way the NFL is going has made you guys more believers in the NFL, which means they're doing a good job. But
I mean, since
there's a
since I've been
generation.
around,
My kids,
it's definitely
my
a young,
daughter,
it's a young man's sport.
yeah, my
Football
daughter
has always been a young man's sport.
not watching it though.
Yeah,
Because it's the heritage of football.
See, and that's where I'll
the-
go against that, because we're talking about Super Bowl parties that ain't never died.
Yeah, but
Super
how
Bowl
many
parties
people
ain't
actually
never
are
died.
watching the Super Bowl during those?
Everyone.
My wife don't watch them, but guess what she comes in time for?
I love you, Auntie. So don't.
Following, but nobody's really paying attention to
We
them.
keep saying this, but I thought we was talking about the young people.
But that no,
It's
no.
like-
But what I'm saying is
What are
that
you talking about?
let me
Talking about the young people.
makes the point that I'm trying to get. The
All right.
Super Bowl's on. The young people are in the room, and they're waiting for what?
The halftime show. They're
They're
not watching.
waiting for the halftime show.
That's not the young people I know.
You're talking
That's
about.
not the young people I know.
you
That's
talk-
all I'm saying. That's not the young people I know. The young people I know are invested in these games.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. That's a
Because
different
they
crowd.
betting on them.
Oh my god.
I know. I
Everyone been betting on Super Bowl
I
before.
don't. I
before
didn't.
y'all
I've
was old.
never bet on a Super Bowl. I've never placed a bet on a sports game
That's
or
you
anything.
personally.
Not like I don't gamble, because you know I tell you all the time. Me and Sheila went to the casino and stuff. It's just that I never cared to bet. I just saw it as like another holiday to me.
Yeah. All I'm
So-
saying is I don't think we should say like they catering to young people now, because since I've been here on this earth,
Mhm.
they done catered to young people my whole life. I saw Janet Jackson titty.
That wasn't on purpose, but it was.
Saw Janet Jackson titty. That was definitely catered to me.
That wasn't on purpose, but it
catered to
was.
me. God, they definitely catered.
And the commercials. Thank you, Christy. They looking for the halftime show and the commercials.
That is I disagree with that.
But you're
But-
see,
but-
you're a guy, so it's a little different. We're invested in the game.
Right.
Do
But
you
we're talking
know
about young
how
people.
many? Do you know how many little girls, white, black, Indonesian, Asian, and Chinese, Mexican, are looking to see whether Taylor Swift is going to be on screen during a football game?
See.
They don't have. They've never. Tell me this, man. How many times have you seen an NFL player's wife?
We're
Wait a
talking-
minute. How many times have you seen an NFL player's wife on the screen?
No, I cannot.
It's a marketing
cannot stand
marketing
by-
thing.
I cannot stand by and let you do that.
Do
Because,
what?
Because that's
Marketing.
literally commercial marketing. I'm
Yeah.
talking about real people. When I go
Oh,
to these Super Bowl parties,
Uh-huh.
I hear complaints about seeing Taylor Swift too much.
Yes.
Yo, nobody wants to see this white pasty bitch every fucking
Wow.
game. I'm just saying, yo, like
Hey, JB, he ain't never lied. I second that.
young people in a general,
Hold on.
in a general.
What did you
Hold
say?
on, let me finish my statement.
Go ahead.
When we talk about young people in a general, like the young people are watching the game. We talking about Lamar Jackson. We talking about. Let me go back in my day. Warwick Dunn, Michael Vick, like Jamal Anderson.
Oh,
Man, I was 90s, baby. Like, what you talking
Yeah.
about?
the 90s was almost
Like,
the
that's
90s
what I'm
was
saying, but
almost
these
30
young-
years ago.
Okay, all right. Calm
Yeah, the 90s was almost
down.
30
I
years
put a
ago.
ligament. That don't mean I'm old. It doesn't mean I'm old.
But
I'm
what
just
were
saying, like,
you
I-
going
I-
to say, Grizz?
I can't go with that.
No,
young
I mean, I was saying I second what Rich is saying. Like, we don't really want to see this heifer. Like, but you know what, JB?
Age,
I
don't
honestly
give a
gotta say
flying
this,
fuck
though,
if they
bro.
show Taylor Swift.
Honestly, I get what you're saying though, because I can't tell you how many times they pointed that goddamn camera to that woman in that damn game. There's nothing personal towards Taylor Swift
No.
at all.
No.
But I'm getting tired of them trying to make the NFL popular by showing Taylor Swift. It was popular before her ass was born.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all
And
I'm
I'm getting
saying.
tired of, and like you said,
got a
they don't show
point,
nobody
man.
else's wife. Go ahead. I'm
If
sorry.
I was a Kansas City Chief fan, I would really, really be bad. Like 15 million times a game, they're showing her.
And,
Like she's the reason they're winning.
and
Yeah,
to bring
I'm like,
Taylor
what
Swift
the
into it,
fuck?
Yeah.
they're not targeting young people. They're targeting young
Young
white women.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's what
all
they
I
talking
wanted you to
about.
say. That's
That's
we
it.
good.
It's not
And there it
a
is.
demographic of just all young people.
Thank you.
They want them young white women
Yeah.
to watch this sport.
Right.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah,
Because
that was
because the young
perfect.
white
That's
dudes
all
are
I
going
Yeah.
after the young white women.
And
yeah.
shout out to Dr. Umar. I don't hang around young white women. So I don't give a fuck what they
What's
think.
up, Lytle?
But I will buy
I
something.
beg your pardon.
I'm walking out to the mall.
What's up, Lytle? How you doing tonight? So you know what? It's
Hey,
time for
Rich,
us
you got to give
dive
us some
in.
lashes.
But before we dive in, we're gonna play a quick 2-minute round of this game that Rich wants us to play. So, Rich, tell us about this game.
So no, I actually played this game at a game night one time,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not gonna tell y'all where I brought it from. Y'all probably know already because they're not sponsoring this shit. So fuck them.
Right.
But I feel like what my personal experience at the time
Yeah.
is that when we played it, we had like a deeper conversation about it, and I just wanted to see how it was going to go with the panel and everything.
Okay.
So the name of the game is Who's Most Likely To. Okay.
Who's most likely to?
Right. So right here between me, Jerry, and Skizzy, we known each other. I'm probably like the less of years, but we known each other. We know each other
over 8 years.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
I agree. So
Over 20 years.
how we play, right? And I want the panel to also
Participate.
dive in on this and how you do it. So we're gonna pick a card, right? We're gonna read it out loud, right?
Okay.
So the reader picks who they think
The card
is most likely to do what's on the card.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the panel either agrees
Mm-hmm.
or don't agree.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's get it. So Jerry, you first?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Let's do it.
Disclaimer: all card games, you must be drunk, and we are not drunk.
We are
Therefore-
not drunk.
Therefore, yeah.
No, but let's
All
see
right.
see how it ties in. Let's fuck with it. Look. You can't even keep this shit straight already. Come on.
The person most likely to spend all day interpreting a text is Rich.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree.
Like, let me ask this. Why do y'all agree that? I'm just curious.
Shout out to the eaters. You want to see whether she's an eater or not.
Oh, no,
You
that's,
wanna see,
that's not interpreted.
yeah, but you trying to figure out.
That's not interpreted.
You trying to figure out if it's a pass the ass.
Yeah, I could see you being on your Drewski energy. What you mean by that?
What you mean by that?
Yeah.
We talking about eaters? Hell yeah.
I say that because
Fuck yeah.
Anything
that
like they make a slight comment that you can't quite comprehend whether they meant it's a go or a no. You going to marinate on that bitch all day
I mean, yeah, I like the
because you want to make sure if you go
I like to
over
marinate
there,
my fish. I can't help myself.
you going to make sure if you go over there and just
Waste time.
give
Okay.
give it the Cisco schlong song. You want to make sure when you pull it out, you ain't going to get kicked in it because you misinterpreted that text.
Woo. Interpreting text. I'll get that shit to me.
Thank you.
Y'all get that shit to me. I'm
Okay.
definitely an overthinker.
Go ahead, Scott. We
Definitely
gonna make
think.
him go last because it's his game.
I stole this shit.
So I am telling you, Grizz, you are correct in not letting them come to your house.
At least I told him I was gonna take it. He
Okay.
wouldn't know. He knows.
All right.
Who's a total flirt?
Who's a total flirt? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Jerry.
Yeah, I agree.
Damn.
Even my wife would agree.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Who do you think's more of a flirt?
I think it's Scott.
Really? Why?
Listen, I heard Scott say some wild shit out this motherfucker. Like, listen,
One
listen,
time?
no, to a couple chicks. And then I said, hold the fuck up. 100%.
social out of all of us on here. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Well, to me, I would say
Go
How you these anti-social?
the reason why I said I agree is because I'm a very open person, and I'm very like, oh, you're so beautiful, oh, you're so nice, you're so kind, and my wife would be like, why are you telling that girl that? And I'm like, I'm just telling what I feel. And she's like, that's too open. You know, that sounds like you
that's
want
crazy.
them. So to me, that, and I've always said that I am somewhat flirtatious, but I don't mean it to want to gravitate towards that person. It's just my natural behavior.
That's right, Sheila.
Nah.
Protect your property.
Nah, Jay.
Get your
I
man.
had somebody come up to me and was like, "What's a scuba Steve?" I said,
Okay.
I had to look at this motherfucker. Oh, the fuck up.
Well, let's
You know
go.
what?
Let's go
Hey,
to the screen. Let's go to the screen.
My vote before we go
Yeah.
to the screen is
Yeah.
Scott.
Okay.
It's definitely Scott.
Van, what do you think, Van?
I don't see Scott as being flirtatious. Scott is too much.
That nigga hanging around.
I don't want to say has blinders on, but he's focused. Once Scott's focused on something, that's it until it's done.
Your checks in the mail.
I don't see like the flirtatious playing around. I'm gonna have to agree and say it's Jerry.
Whatever emoji you sent my lovely wife, who I've loved for the last 40 years, we can't read your text.
Hey Van, that means you only hang around Scott in a professional setting.
That's
That's your answer, bro. That means you only hang around him in professional settings.
No, me and Scott have been in a couple places that I've been nervous.
Grizz,
Okay.
who do you
Well,
think?
I think I'm gonna have to put the wild card in here. I'm definitely gonna have to say Scott because I watched him. I've seen him. The funny thing is, Scott is very subtle in his flirting.
The hell?
He's very subtle, but
You
he's
never
know.
But he's
never
classic with it. He classic with it. The thing about it is, Scott, players know players. And I watch how you move, and I'm like, look, I know for a fact that Scott has had at least one or two stalkers in his day.
Yo. Scott will be in a corner talking to the chick, and you think he's
It's
talking
a split
business.
panel. It's
You
a
think
split
he's
panel.
talking business. He don't lick his lips. He ain't touching on her or nothing. He just sitting there like then he be in his phone the whole time he getting the number and shit. Like the whole time. I'm like, oh, all right.
I need to up my game.
Yeah.
My percentage is real low, man. Real low.
Or you might just don't have to follow through. That's it. You probably saw the message was like, what you doing? Like, I don't even know what WID means.
Yeah. Back to the last question. Yeah, be interpreting shit like
This is
what the
what it
fuck?
is, shit. But we do got a split panel though.
But yeah, we do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This was kind of cool. So let's see. I know that. All right. It was a finger pointing at you, but Scott's hugs are flirtatious.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Did she break it? Did she break it?
Damn, man.
Did she break the tie?
Wow.
Sheila broke the tie.
Hey,
Wow.
I lied to you before I lied for you. I mean, I lied for you before I lied to you.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we've had, that was a great game. Shout out to you, Rich, for bringing that on board. We gonna have to do that again soon. Yeah, that was pretty good. But we need to get into this topic. We need to get into the subject because I think the wellness check is really important, and I want to go straight here.
Black men cry. When divorces happen, women aren't the only one that are devastated. When a miscarriage happens, women are not the only one that you should be checking on. When you can't put food on the table because your career goes up and then it goes down, stop calling, skipping over the man, and just checking on the woman. This is real shit out here. I'ma wipe my own tears.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That's real shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, I watched that interview. When he started crying, I started crying because the man wasn't saying nothing but the truth.
Right.
Because I can't tell you how many people, when I got divorced, not one person asked me if I was okay.
Right.
How's she doing?
They asked me what happened, but they never asked me if I was all right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, the whole time I'm kind of going through the motions. It's like, it is what it is. I'm out, trying to move and maneuver in it like a man, but at the same time, losing a marriage is like losing a loved one because it's another part of your existence as a person. When you connect and build something with a person, when that's just extinguished, it's a painful thing because it's a few times when I actually took the time after me and my second wife broke it off. When I sat by myself, I just realized I didn't just lose my wife, I lost a whole other half of my family
Right.
because her family becomes your family.
Yep.
Right.
That's now gone because of decisions or selfishness or whatever it could possibly be. And I was going through it. But so many people, you know what? Let me scratch that. There's one person that asked me if I was okay. And he's sitting right here on the screen. JB was the only person that ever asked me was I okay.
Damn.
Everybody else asked me what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what y'all couldn't fix it. Nothing y'all could do. None of this that. So JB was the first one that said, "Brother, are you okay?" And I told him I don't know, because I didn't.
Right.
I did not know, but I wasn't. And I think that's one of the things that for having this situation tonight, because believe it or not, like a lot of people don't understand that's devastating to a man as well, because you feel like you failed
Right.
because you asked a woman to be with you for the rest of her life, and then one day she woke up and said, "I can't do this no more," or you woke up and said, "I can't do this no more," and so you started something that was as big as a family, and then it's now gone. So at that point, you feel like a failure, So that's what it was very powerful, and even like, we lost a kid, we lost a kid, and not one person asked me if I was all right.
Wow.
They asked her, I asked her, of course, they asked her, but nobody asked me if I was okay.
And part of that goes to the mentality that we have been ingrained in since we've been born.
Right.
Like everything that we've done and learned has been, you're a man, suck it up,
Right.
Right.
wipe
Mhm.
some dirt on it.
Yep.
I don't want to see no tears.
Right.
Yeah.
And that the one thing that I will say is that the newer generation are more in tune to allowing tears to fall and allowing themselves to be vulnerable. And the only thing is that we have to watch our vulnerability sometimes, and that's not healthy either.
Right.
Because I've got a video I'm gonna play later, but the whole idea is that when you don't project yourself as being vulnerable, and then you are vulnerable, and then that vulnerability is turned against you, and then you're labeled as soft, or you're labeled as indecisive, or you're labeled as not a man, it makes you do what? The exact opposite. You suck all of that in, and then you don't tell anybody, and you hold all of that in. And that is why I think I saw one video today where it said the actual rate of suicide in Black people has gone up 30%. Because we are holding on to this stuff that we need to release. And when I posted the commercial, I made sure it was a statement in there that said, we need to share, we need to talk, we need to open up. And you don't have, and men need to open up to men, and we can't be like, yo, that's some gay shit, that's some, that's soft, yo.
Right.
No, you've got to listen. Because we have the same emotions and the same vulnerabilities and the same makeup as women's mentality. But they get that push. Are you okay? Are you all right? I'm here for you. I'm going to make sure you're okay. Can I get you anything? And society is
Society
made,
supports
yes,
their vulnerability and doesn't support ours.
no. And
Yeah.
and we got to get better at that, because if you can come to me and say, man, I'm not okay, I'm really not okay. Yo, I'm cutting my phone off right now. Sit down, talk to me. What's up?
Right.
Because if you notice, even at the end of every podcast, when we are off screen and we're in the back room, what's the last thing I say? I love you all
Mhm.
Right.
to each person as they leave, because sometimes all a man needs is a hug.
Bro, a lot of black men don't have friends that they can really have deep conversations with, bro.
No.
And I didn't know that was a thing. Because with my bros, I'd be like, yo, I love you. You feel me? Yo, bro, I need a hug. Yo, let's pull up tomorrow because I'm going through some things right now. God's put me through some fire right now. Look, what's up, bro? I need y'all to pull up. I need a hug. I need us to sit down, eat. Let's talk a little bit. You feel me? We can have those conversations. We can cry in front of each other. We can chill. We can hug each other. We can embrace each other. And we can tell each other like, yo, bro, this is what I need from you. And it's not going to come off as, oh, bro, you gay. No homo. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like a lot of black men don't really have that and struggle when it comes time for them to seek out support because they've never known how to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I think like my personal experience, right? I would say like losing someone that's part of your like your core crew is when me and the guys that I actually call my brothers started saying I love you, right? Because losing and rest in peace to Tay, losing him at a young age and watching each one of us break down in their own way taught us in a way to like, all right, I don't know if this is the last time I'm gonna speak to you on this phone or the last time I'm gonna have this drink with you or
Right.
pass this L to you and shit. And I think when that happened, we collectively as started hugging and expressing like, yeah, like I remember, my brother Nick,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember talking to him, and he was on the phone because he's out of the state doing great things, and he was telling me how he was homesick, and at that time I didn't understand. I'm like, this is Baltimore, like you in Florida doing your big shit, man. Like, what are you talking about? He was like this is not my home, and he was breaking down to me, and all I felt in that moment was like, I need to help my brother.
Right.
And the fact that he was more comfortable to do that for me made me more comfortable for when I needed to pick up the phone and call him.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like it's I think that it's not that it's unheard of or it's not socially accepted. It's you have to find your core that you're cool to do with it.
In
But-
addition to that, we don't talk about it because I agree with you. We've all been there, found our core, and found out our group, but outside of that group, we don't talk about this. And I'm going back to wherever because I'm thinking about my group that goes back 40 some odd years, and we're all over the country. But yeah, I mean, there's only 5 or 6 of us, but yeah, you build up that trust. But yeah, it's still a situation where we are uncomfortable,
Right.
because it's not something that's publicly acceptable.
But do you think that because we are also in the arts community, it's a little bit more accepted because we are in the area where we are protective of feelings, like we know that we've got to be more vulnerable and more attuned to people and how they are in order to get the artistic creation out?
In places, I think it's spotty. I overall, yeah, I think it's a little better as far as acceptability, but it's only in places.
I mean, because for me, when I'm working on a project or a film or something like that, vulnerability is the key to me getting the actor or actress to do or feel or be in that moment. And to win over that trust where they will be that way makes it a little bit easier for me to come up to you outside of that and be like, yo, you don't seem right. What's going on? What's up?
I feel like perception has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
It's how a person perceives you in that moment, right? So it's kind of hard. Like if we know who Terry Crews is today, right? But if he didn't know who the fuck he was, and he just came and just started expressing his emotions, we probably look at this big ass nigga like,
The
hey,
fuck's
bro.
wrong with you?
Hey, bro.
But
like, hold up.
that's because our pattern of learned behavior, like Grizz said.
Perception.
Yeah.
It's the perception.
Well, it's our learned behavior, and then we're looking at what they're doing and going, this isn't normal.
And it's also our perception of their perception.
Yeah.
What we think they're thinking isn't necessarily so.
Yeah.
That's where the learn part comes in.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you think about it, like we've always been taught that this is how a man's supposed to operate.
Right.
And
Learned
even when understanding how a man should operate, no one ever told us about the feelings we're gonna have, regardless of how we're supposed to operate. Right. Because we're going to have these feelings no matter what the teaching is, the emotions are still there. So no one ever taught us how to deal with or express those emotions, or do whatever it is we need to do to try to expel that. You know what I mean? And which is one of the reasons why a lot of guys, you know, that get into sports, like getting into football and boxing and all of that, sometimes that's their way of expressing their emotions and things of that nature. That's why a lot of the times you see when the game is over, they have no idea what to do with themselves because they got a lot of bottled up and pent up emotion, and they have no idea what to do with it. You know what I mean? And as far as like just the regular average everyday guy, you know, many of us have in moments tried to lean on our woman, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad, because you can't put all of that heavy weight on her like that. You know what I mean? And so once again, this is one of the things where I've advocated for things like therapy. Also, when I was talking to you guys about putting together a men's forum so we can actually sit around and do this kind of work and talk to one another, because man, it's hard, because there are many a times where, you know, Jerry will tell you, I'll put the truth out there. It wasn't too long ago where I told Jerry, man, I don't think I can do this. My followers weren't going up. Shit wasn't looking right. I was just like, you know what? Maybe I just need to find something else to do. And we have those moments because things don't always go where you want them to go. Right. And then when you have that moment, how do you deal with that emotion? How do you express that? How do you don't want people to think, well, I'm a quitter, I give up or anything. Sometimes you don't want to do this shit.
But let me tell you, why can't I talk? I ain't even drunk. The biggest successes come from the biggest failures. Right. Learning how to do something wrong teaches you how to do it right the next time.
Right.
Nobody who's made $1 million hasn't lost 100,000.
Right.
And one thing that we have in our psyche is that we think we're the only one going through this.
Right.
And we're not. There are men all over the country, all over the city, all over the universe who are trying to be better at being themselves. And the thing that's stopping them from being better at being themselves is them and learned behavior and bad cycles and patterns that they've grown accustomed to. I've got a video I want to play because this shows how we can see things in two different ways, and neither one of them's wrong, but when you see it, it'll make you look at something that we say all the time a different way.
Depression doesn't have a look.
Dr. Martin here. I could not agree more. In 2019, the suicide rate for Black individuals increased by 30%. Now, suicide prevention isn't just about therapy. It's about living wages and affordable housing and food security too, but something is being missed in the mental health realm. Depression doesn't have a look, and symptom and presentation is incredibly different across genders and populations that have been historically excluded, like Black people. As a result, there are so many missed opportunities for care. You also have to consider cultural display rules. Like, those are the cultural norms that are learned early on in life regarding emotional expression. And Black people have been taught time and time again through family, through history, through media, etc., that expressing emotions can be negatively life altering, that this world is not a safe space for our expression at times. So you can't just ask about internalizing behaviors like sadness or anxiety. You have to ask about physical symptoms like sleep difficulty and fatigue, changes in routine, like no longer having interest in certain things and not finding pleasure in things. You have to look at libido changes. You have to look at different forms of escapism, like substance use or never being home or over excessive video game use. I in no way believe depression is less in men versus women. I think that it is more easily missed in men instead of women because we are not asking the right questions. So as mental health providers, as friends, as family, as an individual, look at these different things in yourself, right? Because depression doesn't have a look. It doesn't. But there are other things that we can look at to see if we can catch it better so that we can help.
I don't know why I found her so attractive.
Because she was, but the whole idea is what she
I
was
was
saying was
there.
point blank true,
I also wanted to
100%.
headbutt the motherfucker.
Because you know we as black men don't even recognize depression in ourselves
Yeah, I have a theory why though, right?
because of this, most of what she listed.
Yeah, but I would even, and I'm speaking on
Your personal journey.
my personal journey and black men that I've spoken to. We have to get out the concept of this makes me look weak,
Yeah.
and because we have that, right?
Right.
It's so hard because it's so easy. Like if Scott would come to me and be like, "This is what I'm going through," so now I gotta be this strong figure for Scott, not knowing what I'm actually going through.
Right.
Could be either close or similar,
Or worse.
or worse.
Yeah.
So we the most black men that I knew are protectors,
Right.
whether there's their kids, their parents, their family, their friends. They're going to protect who
Right.
they love.
Right.
And because as a protector, you don't want to be perceived as being weak.
Right.
And then especially when you're talking to women, is be like, oh, yo, that's a weak trait. I'll be like, what is so weak at telling you I'm not okay?
Right.
I am not good in this moment in my life.
Because as a protector, you're not supposed to show vulnerability. It's the Superman
Said
complex.
Says who?
It's the Superman complex. Superman, if to everybody he saves and to all the things he does on the planet, he's a god. But when he has an issue, where does he have to go?
Right.
To his father.
No, to the fortress of what?
Solitude.
But
He
let
gotta
me
handle
tell you
his
let me
shit
tell you
by
why
himself.
The Superman complex to me, and I'm about to nerd the fuck out, so forgive me. It's bullshit. Okay.
Oh, it is bullshit. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why Superman complex is bullshit. Because Superman is who that man is. Clark Kent is who he pretend to be.
Mm-hmm.
So he pretend to be normal, but he's really fucking Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who he's really hiding from on this earth. Because if everyone knew he was Superman, you know how many motherfuckers is coming to him? You Superman. You could do it all. He has no one to run to.
Right.
No one to go to.
Now,
His father is in a crystal.
now,
Right. And that's
fucking crystal. Right.
my interpretation
God
of
damn.
your, going back to your question of why, as what, been out here on this block about 4 years now, I've noticed because I'm single, a lot of that pressure comes from women.
yes.
Yeah, there it is, bro.
And that's more than
You guys
my
eating
perception
tonight.
of what they think, because I see it every day. I hear it every day. And if you're, as a single man, black or otherwise, if you're seen a certain way by women, you're seen as unattractive.
So I say
So-
all the time. A chick could say, be
Or
like,
weak, or both.
a man's supposed to be this. I said, a man supposed to be this. I was like, oh, your father did all that? Oh no, I ain't know my father. Then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So what I
Don't
want
talk to me.
I want
Do
to
not
go
talk to
here
me.
because you made a statement in our group text today about these subjects, and I wanted to go into it but I wanted you to talk about what you had said in the group text
Well,
so that we can break it down.
I just touched on what this is how this came to me this afternoon because, like I said, I've been on this block about 4 years since my wife passed. So, I'm a little more in tune to the perception that I'm putting out there, or what I'm putting out, how it's being perceived.
Right.
So, and I mean, what do you do to not be seen as being weak, not being seen as attractive, but you're still going through something?
Right.
So that's how that came to me.
Yeah. And the biggest thing you said in that text message to me was, how can you put yourself in a place where weakness is not seen as or have serious repercussions?
Right.
Where how can you be vulnerable and it be presented in a way where you're not seen as weak and you don't get the repercussions from being that soft, weak?
Yeah. And I,
All of the above.
and I
Yeah.
think honestly, like a real conversation also is most men are used to being eaten alive by other men if they show any degree of weakness.
Right.
Because of the fact of the matter is sometimes weakness equals pain, death, stuff like that, because other men see that vulnerability, they see that chink in your armor. You know what I mean? And women see it as something like, well, he can't protect me, he can't take care of me, he can't do this, he can't do
Right.
that. And so when you have all of that, most of the time we put it up there like that because of the fact that it's not just about, what we were taught. There's a certain degree of imminent danger when you don't display that kind of, like, you better not, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just feel like, I just don't feel like it today. Sometimes you really just want to flop and say, the hell with it. I don't feel like it today. But whenever you get around people, you notice that most of the time men, and I think we've all discussed this before, there's a reason that men greet each other the way that we do. We greet each other with the utmost respect. We greet each other, in a certain kind of way, because we know that whenever men are around each other, there's always a small degree of unspoken violence that could break out at any second if the wrong thing is said or done.
We do the strength test a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we do the strength test a little bit.
Yeah.
That handshake into the hug, that's a little.
So we trying to see.
Okay,
he's thorough. He's thorough. You know what I mean? And so we do that. I'm sorry, Scott. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say, going into all of that, it occurs to me that we all understand that the small degree of violence and the aggression and the alpha traits is part of what we as men do, because part of our makeup is we competing against each other,
right,
for them women. Therefore, internally, that's no matter how slight or not, depending on how you came up or whatever, that's all in us.
Right.
You gotta be the loudest nigga in the room. You gotta have the most money in the room.
That's the weakest nigga in the room. But all men know that the loudest nigga in the room is most likely the weakest nigga in the room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Because the thing about it is, if y'all think about it, the houses, the cars, we built this shit for the pleasure of women, for the ease of women, to make sure women felt taken care of and make sure they felt safe. And men would be, you know how many videos I've seen of men going into a goddamn forest and building a damn log cabin and being there by himself, because we don't have that issue. We feel like our protection, the only protection we actually got, is the man looking in the mirror at us. We usually do that other shit for the other people that we have to bring along with us. So we're always making sure that they're safe, they're mentally, physically, spiritually protected but most people don't even look in on us. And I think this is why something like this is very important, because when men know other men give a shit, believe it or not, that opens up to a whole lot more things, because most men are taught nobody gives a fuck, nobody cares what you're going through, nobody cares. You're gonna have to walk that path by yourself, and in all honesty, ain't nobody gonna appreciate you until the day you die. We're taught that, we're shown that, we're walking that path to where understanding, like, it doesn't matter how many aches and pains I wake up with, I got to get up. It doesn't matter how many times I have cried, alone in the corner. I better not do that shit in front of everybody else, because then that's when the question
aches and pains. Because
society does that itself. Society will flat out tell you that they don't care about men at all. Like, when's the last time you seen a battered men's shelter? The whole program is called WIC.
Yes.
Ain't a man involved.
Yeah.
When society is built like that, and people really don't care, how do you change that when the system is designed not to give a fuck?
Yeah.
When the entire system does not care.
I feel like it's more like the kids syndrome, right? When it comes to that, right? Because men, and I'm not trying to be, I'm gonna say chauvinistic. Is that the right shit? I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta hear what you're first.
but what I'm saying is like men historically have built everything that women use to make money, to look good, to everything, right?
Yeah.
So they're not concerned about how the man got to do it. So when I say it's the little kid syndrome, right? It's like as a kid or as a child, you don't know how your parents is making the money, but you want
all you know is you want them
Jordans.
You want Jordan. You don't care how the Jordans got it.
I was brought up a little bit differently.
I want this new toy.
Right.
Yeah, like this the newest toy that's out. I'm gonna go back to your age, the yo-yo.
I guess my folks were just gangster then. By the time I was like,
well, I'm gonna be honest. I did want that motherfucking Dunkin' yo-yo, the butterfly yo-yo joint. That joint was
and
fire.
You don't give a fuck out.
But I also wanted that Tyco.
Yeah,
the Tyco joint.
By the time I started school,
your parents had to break your back to do this shit.
Right.
You just want your parents to do it.
Right.
Well,
now when you get older,
no
you
concept of money.
Right.
You just think that you got a house, you've got a roof over your head, you go and see them put up the Christmas tree, you want that Tyco under there because you're thinking that at one point Santa was bringing it. Right. So that don't mean there's a budget to Santa. Santa just bring what you want.
Yeah. And if you take that, take the concept of money and change the word for women, concept of value.
Right.
And then
now, by the time I was 6, I guess my folks were gangster then, because by the time I started school, Santa Claus didn't exist. My grandmother woke me up and had me wrap gifts for the younger kids, and that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus. There was no cut cards to it.
Dude,
it was just like, wake up, you helping me put this shit under the tree, and that was it. Like, there was no...
There's an Amish Santa?
There was no break period. There was no let's ease into this.
He wear the wooden shoes.
That heard him coming.
That heard him coming.
He done had his fucking sniper right by
like. My folks was gangsters. I don't know what. They were like, we're not telling none of them fairy tales around here.
Yeah.
None of that shit. No,
you know what? This has been an excellent fucking conversation, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost like I know that we need a part 2 because what I really think is that we're just breaking the scab on the wound. We haven't even got in deep yet because I had more videos and everything. But, the one thing we're not going to do is just belabor a subject without. I want all of us to really dig deep and go in on the next show that we do about this, because we're talking about real mental health challenges that men are going through.
Mental health,
right?
And
it's not womental, it's mental.
Yeah, I mean, think about this shit that women hear think about some of the shit that women hear that like the root cause of some of their issues.
Right.
And most of the time it starts with men, mental health, menopause, menstruation. They're already programmed to have an issue with us.
With us. So while you're up on the main screen, I want them to talk. I want you to tell them what's coming up. We're almost to that point. It's almost the end of September. I think you said September 25th, right?
September 25th will be the return of the brand new Grizzly. We're going to have a whole different kind of format. This year, I'm going to be talking to some younger folk as well. I'm going to have my son coming up, a couple of his friends as well. So I'm going to bring other people into the fold, as you know. So I'm honestly, I'm trying to take it to the next step in those next levels and things of that nature. I even got a brand new opening that JB has already saw. My man already vetted it, so it's all good. So yeah, be prepared for September 25th, the relaunch of the Grizzly, my man.
All right.
Before we go though,
Yeah.
like I just wanna make this clear for whoever's out there listening to us right now. Like, I want you to understand what we're talking about on this episode, right? It's not just mental health, but we're talking to men, like not kids, not little boys. We're talking about grown ass men. We got Jerry, we got Scott. Also, we look, Van crocheted
The whole time he was on the show.
on the show.
Right.
Grizzly got a Hawaii 5-0 shirt on. Didn't give a fuck. Like, I just want to let y'all know. Like, we're not scared to express
ourselves,
who the fuck we are.
And that's what other men need to understand. If you like to crochet, motherfucker. If you want to wear Hawaiian shirts every day, wear them, motherfucker. Nobody can tell you if that's going to be your peace, your solace. You need to protect your peace. And we are so afraid of protecting our peace. We always thinking that we got to be the rock. But guess what? If you go to the bottom side of a rock, guess what? It's laying in soil.
I ain't gonna lie though, I was waiting for Grizz to like
stand
up.
Here's the flip side of it too.
Slow motion shit with the bad boys and shit when they like.
Here's the flip side of it too. When I was in the military and I used to crochet all this stuff, some of the guys used to like pick on me, and they used to say it was that's what girls do. That's a feminine thing to do. And I didn't bother with them. I was like, whatever. I mean, that's what you think. But then when I got home and like 5 or 6 of my models met me at the yellow ribbon ceremony, now they all want to be friends. Now they all want to be in my face. No, you didn't want to like support this, and now you see where I'm going with it, and have a good one. I mean. So there's always a similar story to that.
Photography too.
You know what's crazy though? When I wear shit like this, when I wear shirts and stuff like this, I wear shirts and stuff like this because I want to. But I also look at it like, who's really gonna say something to me about my fucking
Rich?
Because here's the thing. Now if we're talking about playful banter and just joking or whatever, we all people, we all boys. But if I'm walking down the street and the motherfucker want to press me about my, do you really want your ass beat by a 51-year-old in a Hawaiian shirt? Think about how that's gonna look.
When you say it, it sounds worse.
It really is. I mean, who wants to get beat up by Magnum PI?
Right.
You wouldn't even tell nobody that.
Right.
With arthritis hit me in my face. Right. That shit is fucked up.
Like, I don't care what you say. That arthritis hurt like a motherfucker, bro. Like a bone.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody who came through the Grown Man Clique podcast tonight. We had great conversation. We had a great diatribe. We even played a little game, something new. But that's the whole idea. We grown men. We do what the fuck we want. But thank you, Grizz. Thank you, Van Gogh. Thank you, John. Thank you, Christy, Anthony, my lovely wife, Sheila, and everybody who's been watching on and off through the night. We would just want you to do 3 things. You need to like what you see, share what you see, and subscribe to what you see, because that helps the channel to grow. That helps us to get more subscribers and more people, and we can give you even more content. Shauna came in right at the end.
Hold
Shauna
up.
came in.
Hold up.
Happy
motherfucking birthday, girl.
Happy birthday to
Yeah.
ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Talking about spitting on it and letting it
Yeah. And may somebody spit shine your ass tonight, Shauna.
There you go.
Anyway, thank you for coming into the Grown Man Clique podcast. This is your boy J.I. with my boy.
Hey, yo, it's Richie in the motherfucking building.
And my boy.
Scott T.
And on the screen in the white and cream is my boy Van Gogh.
Hello.
And up top, my boy who comes in every week and just shows and shares his intellect.
Mr. Diaz Teddy.
And we're going to say what we say at the end of every show. Do good. Do really good. But if you're going to do bad, do really fucking bad so that they know that you meant it. Peace.
Word up.
We out.